Good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple minutes, I'm talking Surviving R. Kelly Part 3 on Netflix and just this problem in our community. Disclaimer, I may say some things that don't feel good, but in saying those things, I am representing an ideology or philosophy within our community, and the reason why R. Kelly is able to be an R. Kelly and everybody else in our society that is an R. Kelly, because he is not an anomaly, they're able to continue because this mentality exists. Last video we started talking from the predator perspective, and we talked about the female predator. Now we're moving on to the male predator. Predatory behavior in our community and in our society has been inserted into our lives from childhood. We have watched dysfunctional relationships. If you listen to music, what are the women singing about? The women are singing about unrequited love. They're singing about longing for someone. Just please pay me attention. They're singing from heartbreak. Now we look at the male perspective. What are they rapping and singing about? How they bust that open. How they running through these. And then we look at our society and we look at our children and we look at our boys and we wonder why. And so the programming starts early, and we have to be, as parents, we have to be aware of that, and we have to counter that. Because just based off of physical attraction, just based off of anatomical development, women look better younger, men look better older. And the only thing that is saving that is the legal age of consent. But these predators are counting on these girls with these quote-unquote daddy issues, which we've already determined these aren't daddy issues 99% of the time. Angel has authentic daddy issues. Since she was 2 years old, she would run up to men, grab onto them, and say, "Daddy." She has been searching for her father since she was a child. And still today, I have to have conversations with her that it's not her fault that her father is not here. And this is a message inside of the message. We have to stop having these babies with these random ass men. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple of minutes, we are discussing the Surviving R. Kelly Part 3 on Netflix. There's a million videos in association with this, but I don't care because this is just so tentacly we must get into it. And I've been sitting on this video series for 2-3 days on how am I going to present this, and I'm finally at it, and I'm just going to let it come out. So this is going to be my content for the next 2-3 days. And I'm going to say some stuff that's going to piss some people off, but these are the true thoughts in our community, and we need to recognize that instead of hiding from it and shaming from it. And I don't want to get canceled, so I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to be the one to say it. Now let's do the work to prevent the next generation of R. Kellys and Aaliyahs. We left off the last video saying that 99% of the girls who believe they have daddy issues don't have daddy issues. And the idea that you have daddy issues, especially in the black community where there's a lot of daddies absent, we now can have the excuse for I'm seeking this daddy because I have daddy issues. But it's not daddy issues, it's stability issues. It's this old ass motherfucker got a car, this old ass motherfucker got money, this old ass motherfucker can give me things. And I grew up in poverty and I couldn't get things and I used to want things. Well, how can I get things? Through him? And all I gotta do is give him some. Done deal. So we have to teach our daughters how to understand that these older men are preying on them. They are counting on using their poverty as a weapon. Once we educate our girls, then these girls who have quote-unquote daddy issues, the number's gonna go down because they realize I'm only after him for what he represents, and that ain't it. This old fat nasty motherfucker need to get up off of me. Choose different. And I'm not judging because a couple videos back, I got my own R. Kelly stories, plural. But what I'm saying is my daughter, my second daughter, Angel, has true daddy issues. And I caused that. I put her in a position to wonder why her bio father is not here. Now, I understand on the physical or the spiritual side that her father had to be her father and her mother had to be her mother. I understand that, but I'm a 42-year-old woman. But I'm dealing with a 10-year-old who's having these psychological questioning and torment because her absent father. So So we need to think about that when we're choosing to sleep with these random men unprotected and giving them our bodies and carrying these children that we know will be fatherless. We don't think about the child in that respect. So now Teacher Taylor has entered the chat. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple of minutes, we are talking Surviving R. Kelly on Netflix, part 3. And this is like a 20, 30, 40 parter because this is my TED Talk apparently. Alright, I tested this out and it's supposed to be straight for y'all, but if not, survivor, predator, what do they all have in common? Family. What do they have in common? Parents or guardian, their home environment. Okay, so let's explore that. Because I'm watching the Surviving R. Kelly and I'm just like, what do all these girls have in common? All of these girls have up home environment. And I know the dads are sitting there talking about, and everybody wants to blame the parents. But in order for someone like R. Kelly and the treatment, like before I didn't know how R. Kelly was treating these girls. But for R. Kelly to literally hold these girls captive, make them eat feces, poop, make them eat poop, smear it on themselves, pee on them, make them call him daddy, let them beat on them. Like, so girl said that he had her in the arch position because she didn't know how to arch her back the first time they had sex. Like, she said she had to hold that position for hours. In order for someone to treat your child like that, somewhere in their home environment, they were trained to receive punishment and treatment like that. Your love looked like R. Kelly's love. And if you can own that, you can get in front of it. We've already talked about the predator in the past video. Now let's talk about the survivors. Let's talk about how we can prevent our daughters and our sons from being the next victims. And hell yeah, I'm blaming the parents. Because the girl who had to sit and arch her back like that, guess what? She said when her mom found out that she was messing with R. Kelly, her mom told her, leave him alone. And when she didn't leave him alone, her mom kicked her out the house. Your daughter is messing with the known predator. You tell her to leave him alone and she chooses not to, so your response is to kick her out the house. And then the girl who's telling the story, who is a grown-ass woman now, she's like, my mom must have knew something I didn't. You damn right your mama knew something you didn't, and your mom was responsible to communicate that to you, and she should have communicated to you that to you as a child. She should have been putting a bug and putting you up on game as a child. Don't wait until your kid is in it to spit it. Bars.